Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I want to talk to you all about coronavirus and the practice of religious rituals. Tomorrow is Friday, inshallah, Eid al-Mumineen, the festival of the believers. And as Muslims, we are all required to go and pray in congregational prayers. And as you are aware, our prayers involve body to body contact. We are intimately in touch with each other. Human beings are side by side, shoulder to shoulder, feet to feet. And this is exactly what could trigger a rapid spread of coronavirus if there's even one person in the masjid who has contracted it and is not aware of it. People who are most vulnerable are those who are above the age of 60, 65 and who have various ailments, who have severe heart condition, respiratory condition, and otherwise are already suffering from cold or have symptoms like those of pneumonia. I mean, I strongly recommend older people to stay at home, but I would also recommend that the imams and the masjid management take this threat seriously. Our country, unfortunately, for political reasons at the moment, remains underprepared for this epidemic. The World Health Organization has already labeled it as a global epidemic. And it is also very clear that it's spreading very rapidly in the United States. We now have more than 1,000 cases and over 30 plus deaths in the US. We are testing very, very few people. We are not prepared for massive testing. And so we really are vastly underestimating the extent of the spread of coronavirus in the United States at the moment. Uh, in the state of Delaware, at the University of Delaware, we already have now 4 cases, and some of those who now show symptoms are considered as those who have positive on coronavirus are younger people, and it spread through social contact. So I want to suggest very strongly for imams of the masajid in the United States and locally here to consider uh, uh, advising people who are most susceptible to this to stay at home for Friday prayers. And even I wouldn't hesitate to even cancel the Friday prayers and recommend people pray at home individually, Salatul Zohar, 4 rakat without the khutbah. If they feel that there is an absolute necessary, I am sure the imams of this masajid can give khutbahs through remote mechanism, which means that they could give a khutbah and people could watch it via internet and then pray at home. This is really a serious matter. If you go to the CDC's website, they have guidance for religious and faith-based institutions, not just about social gatherings, but also about taking other precautions, preparing for emergencies. I would like to suggest that various mosques in the area start developing task force in case it spreads or explodes within the community. We should not restrict our help and support only to Muslim community, but we should be available to help and support anybody among our neighbors who needs our help. So I would recommend that Masajid and the management start focusing on establishing task force. Those of our communities who have doctors, maybe the doctors could be interviewed on giving suggestions on what precautions should be taken. But above all else, I would recommend very strongly to cancel events which will bring in 50 to 100 people together and try to ensure that people become aware of how they can contract. Do not touch people, do not touch surfaces which are strange in public places. If you're shopping, avoid touching surfaces. When you come home, make sure that you use hand sanitizers and also wash your hands at least 20 to 25 seconds. I would recommend that you recite Surah Al-Fatiha 3 times while you're washing your hands with hot water and soap. And please make sure to take this thing seriously for the sake of your elders who are staying with you and are members of the community, and also for those who are very vulnerable because they are suffering from some serious ailment. So be safe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us hikmah. Please exercise that. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, tie your camel first and then trust in God. essentially saying that we have been given rational faculties, so let us exercise this in a moment of crisis. And so I once again invite the ulama to reconsider Friday prayers as starting tomorrow, and also the masajid managers to try and organize task forces in the community which will prepare to handle crisis. Be safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.